make even harder for you. It's okay? Okay. Sangye chedang sangye sonam la chamju vadu nani yapsa. Tage zinso yebe sonam ye lola benje sangye. Sangye chedang sangye sonam la chamju vadu nani yapsa. Tage zinso yebe sonam ye lola benje sangye. Sangye chedang sangye sonam la chamju vadu nani yapsa. Tage zinso yebe sonam. La benje sangye dubai shon. So yeah. So now coming after understanding the nature, object, unknown object, nature, then the view of emptiness, then nature, then dependent origination. Now, and then now we refine the conceptual, refine between the conceptual view and the ultimate view. Yeah, conceptual view on the basis or basis, what we say, basis on samsaric view. Yeah, then what is the ultimate view basis on what we say, not non-conceptual. Yeah, so you don't refine non-conceptual. So conceptual, but understanding that the conceptual is conceptual. Yeah, so that one then comes the ultimate sense. So now I think a little bit talk this morning, then a little bit discussion. Now come into practical application. Yeah. So when you talk practical application, then first practical application in regards to externality. Yeah, external practical application on the concept of the ultimate truth or ultimate nature. Then through that, then comes the internal bit. Internal bit, I think, mostly consisted of the grasping part. Yeah, I exist of the grasping part, more internal. Then comes, I think, on the structure of karma, so cause and effect. Yeah, so cause and effect, coming into existence because of emptiness. Yeah, so now we are slowly changing from the view of emptiness to emptiness. Yeah, so because of emptiness, therefore, cause and effect come into existence. Then fourth thing is then coming to understand the nature of emptiness. Yeah, the nature of emptiness itself. So I think this evening we go a little bit in regards to these four. When you meditate, yeah, then you close your eyes, yeah, then you meditate on object. Yeah, so subject and object. So after defining subject and object, we see normally we are meditating on external is body, internal is the eye. So similar external object, everything that is extended beyond the recognition of emotion, thought, and the eye, then external. So anyway, when it comes to object, so you have your clock, you have your phone, you have your clothes, you have all kinds of different external objects. So external objects, they are functioning. Right? There's functioning, there's labeling. Then through this functioning and labeling, then existence is there. Appearance is not what we say within the concept. Then the appearance is not denied. You cannot deny appearance. External appearance exists. You cannot deny it. And so telling yourself that things do not exist because of emptiness, that become a problem. A lot of people, His Holiness always gives the example of when it comes to anyway emptiness. Then going into nihilism through that experience, trying to deny things. Empty, nothing empty. Today was not a good day. It's empty. Similar to what we say, excuse of karma. So appearance is not denied. You cannot deny the appearance. Then what you're denying is inherent existence. Completely different. We are thinking, denying external appearance. We are denying external appearance, but our mind is thinking the inherent, what do we say, inherent existence. Inherent existence within object itself, inherent existence within things itself, even human beings. I'm totally different from this person. I'm totally different from them. I'm totally different from everything. Why? Because of inherent existence differences there. You let go of that, or you inherent existence. You cut the inherent existence part. There is an existence, but it's not inherent. That is the nature of emptiness. Yeah. So anyway, through that, then what we say, the questions, what we say, the object, did it arise without cause? And the object, the external object, did it come without cause? Did it come without labeling? Did it come without or articulation? Did it come without sensible cognition? No. And this morning we talk about our ability to cognize things. So it exists, yeah. Then it exists based on all of this. Yeah, based on name, based on form, based on function, based on cause, based on effect, based on karma, based on continuity, based on all of these external causes, then come into existence. What do we say? Existence of its own, that is not there at all. Realization of there is no existence, there's no existence in that, what do we say, natural existence of itself, and Rangshin, Rangmo, its own content existence and its natural existence of its own, that is not there. Yeah. So external realization. Anyway, so through that, then with understanding that arise, with the question, did it arise without a cause? Then answer is no. Because that one we can figure out. You look something, external object, always a cause in its appearance, in functioning, in whatever. There is a cause. So not without cause. That doesn't exist independently. Then again, no. Yeah? Existence dependent. Every existence is dependent. Even we say, no, the only reason, chi, what do you call? Yeah, only reason generality is permanent is because generality is dependent on impermanent. The dependence in general and what we say, and specific also there. Why the Buddha? Not the Buddha as in the being Buddha, but the Buddha in nature. Why that is was permanent? Sangye Takpa we say. Not impermanent. Why it is permanent? Then existence, what is the generality of existence? Why that one also Takpa? Why that one also permanent? And dependence. Yeah, understanding this also comes through dependence. So that is there. Then what we say? Then the third question, because condition in because not independent. Then very clear. If you ask, can it remain unchanged? Dependence equals change within the object. This is not, we're not talking generality, specific. Yeah, specific on the what we say compounded phenomena. Then specifically, if you look, then change within that is dependent. Based on the dependency, then what do we say? It's not unchanging. Yeah. So you look at suffering, you look at hatred, you look at anger, you look at experience, you look at compassion, you look at love, you look at closeness. Some people very close when we are young, then getting older, then the self-grasping attitude going stronger, then yeah, so similar to that. So the concept of it, if it can be changed. So therefore, gross phenomena that are, what is it? Yeah. So through this now, this one within this, then the application of what you call the four seals, I think they call it. All what a compounded phenomenon, nature of midakpa. Rangxing, what is the rangxing of that? Rangxing is nature. What is the nature of that? Impermanent. Then what do you say? Contaminate. Yeah, contaminate phenomena. The nature of contaminated phenomena, you look, then what? Suffering. All contaminated phenomena, the nature of it is suffering. So the nature existence within it, there. So therefore, with that, then through that, then understanding, yes, this is true. Yeah, Duje and Sakche. It's either Duje or Sakche. Within the samsaric realm, then it's either Duje or Sakche. So these two existence, then now these two nature, suffering based on change, then nature of what do we say? Impermanence also based on change. Therefore, selfless. The true nature of inherent existence is not there anymore. Empty. What is it empty of? It's empty of the true existence of its own. If we have the view that it exists, not that the true existence of its own is not there, then we can very clearly see that the existence, the inherent existence is there. This is why the grasping happens. The view of the inherent existence being there, that is the view of permanence. Every day we make plans. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, next month, 1 year later, 5 years later, 10 years later, 30, 50 years later, retirement, and a house and retirement. Then all of this we make plans. Now you see, these plans are coming from the inherent nature. Our inherent nature that we see. Based on that, then the plan happening. If uncertainty, plan does not happen. That is very clear. Let's say you are uncertain of next month. Yeah, you don't know whether you want to go here, whether you want to go there, whether you want to stay in India. You don't know. Then what happens? You don't make plans. Then if someone says, "What's your plan?" Then you say uncertain. Right? So this is reality, I think, uncertainty. Yeah, the inherentness that we see, we think, oh yeah, I'm able to see inherent existence because cause condition, there's separate dependence, then there's separation, inherent existence, I'm able to see. But still, even if the realization, these realizations are there, and we think you are seeing inherent existence, we're still making plans. That is there. Yeah. So anyway, through that, then you start to see that it depends. Yeah. Then it causes. Then it's a part of. It's named. Yeah. Then I am aware of all of this. The awareness last. I think finally, after being able to label and being able to differentiate all of this, then comes awareness. Yeah, I'm aware of this as well. Now that also inherently, our view is inherently saying that is aware. So through that, then therefore, what we say, it depends. Then because of all of this, then therefore it depends, and therefore cannot exist by itself. Make sense? Huh? Therefore it depends, and therefore it cannot exist by itself. And because it depends and it cannot exist by itself, then because it's what we say, what we say, what we say, because it is not, it does not exist on the solely on the inherent part. Therefore, it is empty. The inherent status that we are able. Yeah. So if you sit down, you meditate, you check, then you start to see, inherent view is there. Even after convincing yourself, yes, cause condition, yes, dependent origination, yes, all of, even after that, then you close your eyes, you look, you start to see the clock ticking, tick, 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 tick. Then change happening, dependent origination, yes, cause and condition, no, truly existence not there. Then everything exists on the conditioning, on the dependency, but then still inherently there. This is, I think, a part that we inner war that we need to win when it comes to realizing. Yeah. So anyway, because that then itself, then it is because the inherentness within itself. Therefore, it is or not inherent because change. Yeah, the inherent exists not. Inherentness within it is not there. Therefore, empty. Yeah. So not to try to find the whole concept, not to try to find emptiness, but the what we say. What we say, allow the certainty of inherent existence to be there. Now we not trying to negate the concept of what we say, negate the concept of conventionality. Yeah, you don't negate the concept of conventionality. You don't what we say. It's not about finding or trying to solidify the concept of emptiness. It's about understanding that you're grasping that one, you need to loosen. The I exists but does not exist. What does that mean? It exists in nature. It inherently does not exist. Yeah, the grasping part is a creation of the inherentness that we feel towards it. So now, the moment you loosen your grasping towards the grasping part, then you start to discover the emptiness part. So, like this morning, I said there's no difference between conventional and ultimate in that sense. Yeah, the non-dual experience, as they call it. Non-dual experience. The whole idea where the non-dual experience comes is because the differentiation between the two of those. Make sense? A little bit? Okay? Yeah? Good? Okay, good. Now, second part then comes, I think, comes down to the concept of the I. Yeah? When you see, when we sit down, then we say, oh, the I. What is the I? Yeah. Then we dismantle. We say, take apart. Yeah, take apart. Because the grasping is there, and then we say, oh, emptiness should not have, the grasping should not be there. So then you say, okay, what am I grasping towards? Yeah? Then the answer you're grasping towards, first it's, oh, you're grasping towards my. Then you figure out, oh, this my is not the I. It's separate from the I. Yeah, like we discussed this morning, completely separate from the I. So because separate from the I, so then you say, okay, but the mind is not the I. So now I need to actually check where the I is. So now you go discovering into the concept of the I. So first dismantling the self-grasping, then comes the I and the self-grasping. So you dismantling self-grasping without what we say, without the negative functional identity. How many TT is there? Identity, yeah, identity. Yeah. So negate that function of the negative. Yeah. So through that, then a negative functional identity, you without that, you let go of that, and you then put that on the side. Then and now you start to dismantle. Yeah. So now you're left with a sense of I think. Yeah? After you let go of the grasping, you let go of the, what do we say, all the side labelings of where the I could be or how it could be, or this Lama said the I is this, or they in this book it said the I is this. You let go of all of that. You let go of all of that. It can be negative, can be positive, whatever functional identity, whatever the label insists of, you put that aside. Then once you put that aside, then the sense, this is nature within ourselves, is the sense. So the sense of I, you reach to the sense of I. Then comes the sense of I, identifying the I, whether that is the body, whether that is the mind, whether that is the feeling, whether that is the thought, or something completely apart from all of those. The whole concept within Madhyamaka, Nagarjuna explaining in regards to defining the concept of the view of emptiness, always start with this. Yeah, whole existence, existence. What is the existence? Right? Yeah, you call existence. So the whole concept of the keva is now refining whether the keva is from the self, from others, or from neither. Yeah, within the self, then comes the idea of the self. The body is the idea of self. Yeah, when I said Charok, then idea, the arising idea of Charok is the form, is the shape of the face. Yeah, it's this one I experienced after I leave the monastery. Then after I offer my robes back, in cultural society, this experience, this one I saw. Before, when wearing robe, then see one way. Yeah? After I leave offer robe back, then see completely different. Yeah? Some people before robe approach, after robe ignore. Some people, before rope, then stay afar. Then after rope, approach. Change in that also there. Yeah, like I said, the identity, is everything on the basis of that. Yeah. So just example, okay. So the idea of the self, whether the form, the body, the mind, the feelings, now you go inwardly. So external dependency based on external views, internal dependency based on your own sense. Yeah? So there one, what we can connect most, what we say, best with is our own senses. Yeah, our own senses, as in what I see, how I understand, how I feel. Yeah, I feel warm, then I'm good sense. Yeah, I feel hot, then bad sense. So that is there. And this is internal. So dalimai, shelimai, ilimai, jumimai, the whole concept is on the basis of this refining, restructuring, so that you can find the true nature of the inherentness that we are grasping towards, or the I that we are grasping towards, and the inherent nature being the grasping, and defining that the inherent nature is being the grasping. So that. So then,
Sorry, is that why is letting go of the grasping of the eye? Is that the reason why letting go of the grasping of the eye is important?
and letting go of the grasping eye can be important, but also can also not be important. This is what Anthony is trying to explain.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's why realizing emptiness of the objects in nature helps our grasping to loosen up.
Yes, yes, yes.
And so that is important towards realizing the self.
So this one, I think, Buddhist, yeah, follower of the four seals, duje tamje medakos, duje tamje dungawo, chue tamje dongsi dangre nyangile deba shiwa, nyangde shiwa peace, yeah, peace comes in liberation. Yeah, so first we are trying to attain liberation because we want peace. Yeah, there the I is very strong. I want to attain liberation. I want to attain peace. So therefore, the combination of wisdom and method become important within the structure of development. So without the structure of wisdom and method, without emptiness and without compassion, yeah, supporting each other, then the refining of these four seals becomes broken. Yeah, so that's one part. This is importance in one part. Yeah, attain liberation, yes. As a Buddhist, attain liberation. Then attain liberation, the mind of bodhicitta. Yeah, bodhicitta mind, shinhendu, for the sake of others. So you need to develop for the sake of others. You already see, in order to attain liberation, you need to develop for the sake of others. You want to develop for the sake of others, you need to loosen up the I grasping part. So for practitioners in the Mahayana tradition, you can call Vajrayana Mahayana tradition, yeah, that one becomes the main reason. In the form of truth and reality, then it's about understanding reality, not being stuck in conventionality. So there it becomes important. Make sense? So I think there's two different ways. Now, if you're completely non-practitioner, then inner peace. For inner peace, also you need to let go of, loosen up the grasping part. Because without loosening the grasping part, inner peace impossible. And this is, like I said, this is reality, nature. Dependency is nature. No matter how much we try to deny, dependency is nature, right? So inner peace, we need to, inner peace, when our mind is coordinating with the nature, then there is peace. What happens when it snows in summer? Chaos. It's snowing in summer. What happens when it snows in winter? Finally snowed. Yeah, we say, right? If no snow in winter, then this year no winter, no snow. Chaos. So our mind accepting nature, then there is peace, calmness. Our mind not accepting nature, that's the problem. Then no peace.
When you say accepting nature, you mean the I accepting?
No, accepting nature as a reality.
The reality.
Yeah, reality. Yeah. So when we are coordinating with reality, then things work out. Inner, I think emotions tend to work out. Like I think the closest example I can get in Nepal. A few years ago, we had a problem with load shedding. Yeah, anyone in Nepal? Yeah, when the Maoists time, that time, the Maoist time, a lot of load shedding. So first time when load shedding, everyone complained, load shedding. But there slowly, then loosen up the need, the what do we say, the grasping towards the light. Then everyone, 5 hours, 6 hours, no light, everyone, okay, they find candles, some light fire, some have torches, everyone prepared. Yeah? This is loosening up. Then I think, where was it? In Singapore, one time, I think few hours the light go. The whole country chaos. Yeah. Yeah, the share market drop and that and these, just a few seconds, complete chaos. And this is what I mean when in tune with the nature. This is the whole concept of the flow, I think, also. You say go with the flow, go with the flow. What does that mean? Go with the flow. Yeah. Make sense? Yeah, so so there. Uh, mm, where was I? So therefore, if the I is the body, yeah, if the I is the pungbo body, yeah, pungbo, yeah. So if the I is the body, then subjected to change. And this one, sometimes we used to debate, does that mean that the I is inherent, or not inherent, permanent? So there is a debate in regards to that. I've never figured that out. Maybe something you can figure out as you proceed in your practice. For me, it's still a little bit unclear in regards to this. Anyway, within the scripture, then Nagarjuna say, if the body is the I, then the I need to be subjected to change. Then, if the body is the mind or the thought or the feeling, then it has to be again similar, subjected to change. But then the concept is between thoughts, I think they say. Yeah, if the mind, if the I is the mind, then it has to be between thoughts all the time, because the mind is not stable in that. No, it's always between thoughts. So therefore, so anyway, these questions arise. So therefore, through that, then understanding no solid I. Yeah, no solid I. Yet the, what do we say? Yet the what the I experiences, that one continues. Even there is no solid, even though there is no solid I, the experience of the like yesterday I said, raw experience. So real. Yeah, so that is there. The experience continues. So therefore, the I functions, but is not found. Through this logic, then Nagarjuna established that the I functions. The function is there. The functionality is there. The essence of function is there. But then when you go searching for it, it cannot be found. Yeah, so that one, that is, I think you can do meditation, especially shamatha. When shamatha practice on all different stages of the path. So shamatha practice in the, what do we say, in the higher paths. What do we say? The higher bodhisattva, the higher bhumis you call, right? Bhumis. So the higher bhumis, when shamatha practice in the higher bhumis, they use this method to practice shamatha. The single pointed concentration is aimed for this. Yeah. So the I functions, but it's not found. Yeah. So within that, Nagarjuna explained what we say. The person, the I, is not the aggregates. Yeah. Nor is it different from the aggregates, or nor is it other from the aggregates. It's neither the aggregates nor separate from them. So, so through this, then I think the discovery is that the I, not the I, the self is there. The self, the I, the self is empty, but not absent. Yeah, this is where the non-dualistic mind again appear. It's there. Absence is not there. Existence now gone, empty. Yeah. So second, I think in the second verse of practice. So yeah, second verse of practice is based on this. Everyone okay? Any questions in regards to this? Yes.
The I functions but cannot be found. Do you mean that the inherent I cannot be found? The functioning I can be found.
Yeah, the I function. So functioning I found.
Yeah.
Yeah. Inherent I non-existent.
Right. Right.
Empty. So this is where we use the word empty. Cease to exist.
And the other thing, Rinpoche, when we use language, any kind of language, do you think that automatically brings some grasping? Because we're trying to mold something into some kind of image which relates to the term. So we say table, chair, cup. Do you think language automatically kind of leads to grasping and holding on to inherent existence?
I don't think language. I think it comes down to the mind. The mind is the grasping one. Yeah? So just like said, function is there. Function is not the grasping part. Yeah? Language is based on function. It just exists. Functioning is there. Condition, cause and condition is functioning. It's just there. It's the nature, like I said, nature of impermanence is function. Yeah. So the grasping is more based in the view part, in the mind. So this is why establishing, I think, when it comes to emptiness, all these different emptinesses, establishing the view of emptiness at the beginning very important, so that we don't define between the grasping, external existence of the grasping and internal existence of the grasping. Yeah? True grasping, existence internal. Not ultimately, conventionally, I need to be very careful. Not ultimately, conventionally, but it's internally.
But we use language often to reinforce our prejudices, right? Like terrorist or this or that. And that leads to a sense of really inherent bad person or this or that.
There's, I think also language, there's many language that is kind of useless in practice. So this is where, I think this is where within the Vinaya, the concept of morality and ethics comes. You use words, then there's also moral words, ethical words. So this one, I think it can differ from practice to practice. Some teachers, they use very harsh words as well. That is there. His Holiness mentioned. And, so anyway, there are means of that. I think quite similar to action. Action is just existence there. Action is not defined on the basis of how that is. If you only solely base something, you integrate something based on the action, you depend, strong dependence on the action, then integration of what the action is. That's where the misconception starts to happen. Right? So today I'm feeding a dog. Then some people, because of this action, some people, you see the action, you label the action. He's feeding the dog. Oh, that's very good. But then now you have the other group of people who say, but that's not dog food. He's feeding the dog the wrong food. That's not good. So that one, I think, more on the labeling part. So like I said, I think external practice in regards to the paramitas, perfections, in regards to application of wisdom and application of method, and then in regards to what we say, moral behavior, moral speech, moral action, that one is a different aspect of practice. Then applying those practice into the terms of understanding emptiness. Now that one again changes a little bit. Yeah. Good.
Correctly, Mahayana path is the progressive path. And if I understand it correctly, this inquiry of the origin of the I is the direct path, or it's called so-called the direct path.
Mahayana path is?
progressive path. So, if I understand it correctly, is cultivating different aspects of the mind, so the mind is more prepared to that harmony between the I and the reality, the nature of the reality. So the question is, if that's the case, is there is a danger of practicing self-inquiry directly? Could the mind get too unstable if it enters that space because it's not being prepared?
Yes, yes, yes. That's very, very, very possible. And this is why application of understanding is so crucial in the teaching of Buddha. Without you, then Buddha himself say, if you do not understand, then do not apply. The whole reason why do not understand, do not apply is because this application has to come through understanding, the right understanding. Right? Through the application of the right understanding, then the result is there. So definitely, like we say, if you are trying to negate the I because you don't understand that the nature of the I is the nature of the I, the existence of the nature of I is same as the nature of everything. Yeah, so they say embodiment. Yeah, embodiment of all qualities. Yeah, so then you start to see, okay, the nature of I. When it is angry, then it's bad. When it is compassionate, then it's good. Yeah, if the nature of the I itself is compassionate, then why you want to let go of the I? So that is there. You need to be able to sustain between understanding the quality and understanding the effect. So I think within the practice of emptiness, the concept of non-duality, this one, just me saying, most of the things other than the things that I'm saying from the text, then this is Nagarjuna saying. But other than that, whatever I'm saying is based on my conceptual understanding, yeah, conventional understanding. Yeah, then that conventional understanding is based on a conventional truth that I understand. Well, so similarly, when it comes to our own application of the method, then our own conventional understanding is also a big part of it. Then drastic measurements taken when it comes to practice. This is what I've seen. We say we need to let go of the I. Yeah, then I think this happens. One happens with the renunciation. Yeah, when the concept of renunciation is introduced. Then concept of renunciation in the worldly perspective introduced as, what do we say, less. What is the word? Having less. Yeah? So concept of renunciation on the world is, what do we say, a conventional view of what worldly renunciation is, having less. Then if it's taught in that way, and you take that, only that as practice, then you're renouncing your house, you're renouncing your money, you're renouncing that, you're renouncing that. Then you can go into problem. And this one I've seen a lot of all students. Then they give up everything. Then at the end, they are left with nothing. Then no one there to help them. Very sad. And that tends to happen. Right? And then I think, so renunciation, then also in the concept of or guru devotion, I think I explained. Devotion, very, very close to obedience. Now again, the whole misconception of obedience being devotion, there also, then you find the wrong teacher, then the teacher tells you to do, maybe they say, what we say, crazy aspect, dharma aspect, crazy wisdom, yeah? Utilizing crazy wisdom, then what we say? What is the word? Advantage. Then taking financial advantage. Then take physical advantage. Then sexual advantage. Then taking. Have to be careful. Yeah, so that application also there in a sense. Then same thing with, I think, when it comes to the application of view of emptiness. Refining emptiness is the most important aspect of understanding emptiness. And refining emptiness at the end of the day, within the teaching itself. Form is empty, emptiness is form. Form is none other than emptiness, emptiness is none other than form. We are always looking for something different. Oh, empty, empty. What is empty in this form? Then we say, yeah, the form is empty, but the form is there. Yeah? So we have that tendency to take things on the basis of the lack of understanding. So yeah. So definitely within practice, if what we say intrinsicness not defined carefully, then this intrinsicness itself becomes intrinsic. Yeah, inherent itself becomes inherent. Yeah, this is why within the emptiness, the 20 stages of different emptiness, 16 stages of different emptiness and the 20 stages of different emptiness, they talk about emptiness of emptiness. Why do you need to prove emptiness being empty? Same concept. If you only think emptiness, then there's a problem. Because at the end, then you're reaching emptiness. Emptiness truly exists. Yeah, everything is empty. Nothing is, everything is, everything is inherent, existent. Yeah. But emptiness exists. So now this problem also can come up. Yeah? Everyone enjoying? Okay, so now we go.
Charok Rinpoche. This morning you were talking about ultimate nature and ultimate truth.
Yeah.
Could you please say which is the difference between ultimate nature and ultimate truth? Thank you.
Yeah. So when practicing establishment of emptiness, there's many, like I said, many forms of emptiness. Yeah. One form of emptiness is in the mind. One form of emptiness is in the object. Yeah, the emptiness of the emptiness within the object is the true nature of the object itself. So there you are applying true nature, ultimate nature. Yeah, so ultimate nature mainly in what do I say, in objective sight. Then ultimate truth is based on view. This is more subjective sight. So if I give you example, ultimate nature in you is your, what we say, that you are no different from what we say, from anything else in the case of conditioning. That's ultimate nature. You are conditioned. And that is emptiness in you. Yeah? These two words form ultimate nature. Is impermanent, then it's subjected to change. That's the ultimate nature of the impermanence. Now, so this you subjected to change, you arising based on dependent origination, yeah, you being you based on the conditioning of non-independent self, your function not being dependent and not being independent, then that itself is the ultimate nature. Ultimate truth is our labeling side. Yeah, so then I see you, I say, oh, she wears glasses. Oh, she's like this. Oh, she may be Buddha. Oh, maybe she's non-Buddha. Yeah, all of this labeling. Yeah, she's good, she's bad, she's dark, she's, whatever you want to label. So many that. So that labeling, the coming subjective side coming and bringing out a label and imputing. Imputing is the word, right? Imputing. Yeah, the appearance based mainly on the labeling side. That is conventional side disappearing. That is ultimate truth. Does it make sense? Yeah. So this is why I said as practitioners in the in the system of philosophy, as practitioners in the system of the path, then ultimate truth. As practitioners in development, as practitioners in challenge, that is ultimate nature. Yeah, the practice difference. And this morning I was talking about some yogis, I think the concept of ultimate nature is based, I think, a lot on the practice of non-duality. Yeah. Whereas the ultimate truth, less on non-duality, more on understanding, wisdom, application of wisdom to understand the nature in in imputing, in labeling, in enforcing concept. So ultimate understanding, ultimate truth leads to loosening the grasping part. Yeah. Then practicing in ultimate nature, then more to work with acceptance part. Yeah. Letting go does not mean you can accept. Yeah, letting go and acceptance, two completely different practices, I think. Does it make sense? Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. Yes.
In the 20 types of emptiness, there's the emptiness of emptiness, Topani, but there's also emptiness of the ultimate,
Yeah.
Dampa.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, what is the difference between the two? Because I'm thinking of Topani as synonym for ultimate.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Twentampa is product. Ultimate is product. I think that's enough. Yeah, the ultimate product. Yeah? Emptiness, not product. Twentampa is achievement. Twentampa is product. So a little bit defining there. Make sense? That was easy. Just kidding. Yeah. So okay, that okay. So we continue. Okay. So now, So because now I think establishment in practice. Now the third establishment in practice is cause and effect exists. Therefore, emptiness. Yeah, cause and effect exists. Therefore, emptiness. Karma exists. Therefore, emptiness. This is mainly focus on contaminated phenomena and compounded phenomena. Okay, so mainly focus on contaminated phenomena and contaminated phenomena and compounded phenomena. So mainly focus on that. Then comes cause and effect exists. Karma exists. Change exists. Action exists. Therefore, emptiness. So now, in order to develop that, then I think one of the practice we say in regards to what we say words. Yeah, someone says a good word, someone says a bad word. Yeah, so when you sit down, you meditate and you recall experience, all kinds of different experience of people. Then some people, what is the word? In Nepali, Ujarne, we say, put you up. Is there a word? Or, yeah, praise. So some people praise. Then some people, opposite of praise is what? Oh, condemn. So condemning words and praise words. So with that, then I think first thing is notice. Yeah, the nature of the mind is awareness, utilizing awareness to notice, right? So first we notice harsh words, good words, praises, condemning, or so on and so forth. Then we notice that. Then through that, then we inspect. Yeah, we inspect whether there was intention, whether there was condition, and whether there was effect, whether there was change, whether it be internal change or external change. Yeah, so this one we notice from that question. Then from that, then what do we say? You can ask, could the effect arise if the actions were fixed? Could the change arise? Could the conditions arise if the action were fixed? If the harsh word, if the condemning or the praising was fixed, then can the effect arise? Will there be a subjective, will there be a continuity in regards to different emotions? Very clearly, no. Right? This is very clear. So this is the first question. Then could it arise if nothing was related? Yeah? That is the second question. Yeah, could these actions or this what we say defensiveness and so on and so forth, or the harsh words, whatever it may be, could it arise if there were what we say if nothing was related, if there was no relationship with anything, there was no relationship. No relationship is in family relationship or friend relationship or what we say couple, not that kind of relationship, just relationship in general. This is where the dependent origination comes again. Everything's related. Nothing is of no relation. Yeah. So the second question: could it arise if nothing was related? Then now you get answer. So now from that answer, and you see, you start to see because empty, therefore no change. Yeah. No, not no change. Because empty, therefore change. Yeah, because of relationship, therefore change. Yeah, because of empty, therefore any change comes. Yeah, because of dependency, and then therefore result. So even in small actions, just like speech, and this is I think very good for today. I mean, this afternoon, whatever we are talking, I think very good for meditation. These are pinpoints. Nagarjuna pinpoint down specifically for utilizing in meditation, analytical meditation. So anyway, because empty, therefore change, and because dependent, and therefore result there. Yeah. So so this one I think sort of like what do we say? A responsibility, yeah, a responsibility without solidity, yeah, responsibility, taking on responsibility, that you have responsibility, and that change based on change and responsibility, based on action and responsibility, yeah, based on awareness and responsibility, based on achievement and responsibility. And that is very clearly, you make it very clear. Yeah. So anyway, responsibility without solidity, that concept comes up, I think. Yeah. So from this, then we understand that if things were inherently real, then nothing can transform. Yeah. If inherently there, then transformation cannot happen. So transformation happening because inherently not there. Therefore, emptiness. Make sense? So third establishment of emptiness through the concept of dependent origination, cause and effect, is this: that if things were inherently real, then nothing can transform. There's no change. It should be solidified. But because of change, therefore empty. Are we getting closer to emptiness? Okay, so that one. So through that, yeah. So first concept based on object, external. Then second concept based on I, internal. Yeah. Then third object we just finished right now, based on the relationship between external and internal, which is dependent origination, cause and condition. That's third one. Now the fourth one is within regards of emptiness itself. Yeah. Then you understand the nature. Now you say, empty. Yes. Oh, I understand. If things inherently exist, then they have to be solid. They have to be, solidified. If the self is empty, then it has to be absent. Yeah. If the self is not empty, then it should be absent. It shouldn't exist. So after discovering these things through these three practices, then comes, yes, empty. It's empty. But then now coming down to define empty, then is empty. What is empty? Is empty a thing? Is emptiness a thing? Yeah? Is emptiness something solid? Is emptiness achievable? Is emptiness attainable? Now these questions start to arise. So within that, then I think the first one, we turn our attention towards emptiness. What is it? What is emptiness? Then, as soon as we are grasping to our idea of emptiness, and now we have few different ideas of what emptiness is, then there's a grasping towards that idea. Yeah? The nature, this is, like I said, the nature of the inherentness, then is the grasping. So the nature of inherentness, even after understanding, comes up, like I explained earlier. Even after understanding fully, then still the nature of grasping coming up, the conception of inherentness coming up. It keeps popping up. So as soon as we sit down and we think about what emptiness is, then grasping starts. As soon so this grasping is very momentary. Comes, disappears, comes, disappears. So when found emptiness, then when you find the final answer of what emptiness is, then first thing you need to again practice is letting go of the grasping of that what you found. This is where the concept, I think Rinpoche also says no, the enlightenment that exists but does not exist. The attainment that exists but does not exist. This word exists but does not exist. It's that appearing, building and then letting go, building and then letting go, building and letting go. So that concept, I think this one more in the tantric Mahamudra's practice, or what we say within the 10 bhumis, then the three final stages of practice applicable in that practice, I think. So anyway, that is there. So so from that, then we say we cannot remain on the concept itself of emptiness. We cannot remain on emptiness. So when not remain on emptiness, but then we think, need to reject. But then also do not reject appearance. Appearance is there. I think this is also one of the practices to actually calm yourself down. You feel yourself going all over the place, agitated, anxiety. It's to actually just I always call it the third person perspective. I think I explained on the first day in regards to third person perspective. You look from external third person perspective, you see things completely differently. So this is, I think, quite similar to that approach. Yeah, neither grasping nor pushing. Yeah, so that one. So from this then arises the concept of the two extremes. So neither holding here, neither completing, let go. Yeah, so balance and therefore empty. They say emptiness is what we call within the text is mentioned. Emptiness is medicine. Yeah, and medicine. Emptiness is medicine, and it's not a new identity. You don't get something new. This is emptiness, discovery sort of thing. I don't think. I think within the practice itself, when you actually realize, emptiness, then that experience is not there anymore. That no, now I can attain enlightenment. All of this, I think, experience is gone. Sounds a little bit, what we call, discouraging. Discouraged, yeah? Sounds a little bit discouraging, but then I think the nature is beautiful. The nature of it is very beautiful. We think discouraging in the sense that, but if there's nothing to attain, then why work so hard? But it's about the flow. It's the working, the needing, the grasping that makes things hard. And this one within our life also we can see. Whole life grasping, needing, needing to come first. I remember when Sarah, first few years, very competitive in debate, in class, in that. And just I think the structure, the external structure of the monastic, everyone is studying and learning, and I think university is quite similar. Yeah? So when you go into learn, this competitiveness very naturally coming. So I remember one year, instead of coming first, I came second in my class. Then I went back to my room and I started tearing all the books. The mind, very, very funny. Yeah. Sometimes we experience achievement, attainment, good, but then when the grasping starts, then it becomes more of a problem than being good. So I think the view of, the application of the view of emptiness, that refines this so nicely. Yeah, it refines the nature of the mind so nicely. Balance, it refines balance so nicely. So this is, I think, so anyway. So that is that. Then, what else? Then I think finally we come down to the what do we say? What is this called? Unitedness, unity, unity of the two truths. So finally now object gone, then subject, the I, that one also finished. Then third one is what do we say, cause and effect, dependence on cause and effect, that one we finished. Then fourth practice in regards to understanding emptiness, that emptiness is not a thing. Emptiness is neither a thing. There is no emptiness is. Basically, I think this is what the fourth practice establishes, is that there is no emptiness is this. Instead of that, is emptiness is without this. So that's established. Then comes the unity of the two truth, I think, finally. So the unity of the two truths, first one, I think It's just, now unity of the true truth is very close to recognition without reaction, recognition without aversion, yeah, recognition without grasping. And so this is the unity of the true truths. Yeah. So first one, you allow when you're practicing, when you're meditating, then you allow sounds to come in. You allow what your ear is or coming into your ears. Then you allow senses. Yeah. Then sights and so on and so forth. You allow those. Then let them arise freely. Yeah? Let them arise just like I said, third person perspective nature. Yeah, let them arise freely. You know, you make a bird fly in a certain direction, then it is controlled. But once you open the cage, you put it up and then you allow, fly freely. This is freedom. Yeah, just allowing the bird to flap its wings does not mean you are giving it freedom. So this is what I think the concept that comes here. And just because you understand it and you allow it to go to in one direction does not give you freedom. Freedom is being able to truly express. That is freedom. So anyway, through that, so allow everything to arise freely. Yeah. Yeah. So through that, then no altering appearance. Yeah. No analyzing. No nothing. When you're analyzing, then you're understanding. When you're understanding, then you are what we say, thamba. What is thamba? Yeah, so, yeah, something like imposing. Yeah, understanding, then understanding through your understanding, then imposing. Yeah, and then through imposing, then grasping, so on and so forth, arising. Yeah, so that one. So just no altering, no altering experience, no altering appearance, just and no analyzing, just simply giving it freedom. Yeah. Then you watching, awareness is there. Yeah, watching is there, awareness is there. So simply noticing. Then through that, I think what experience you have is what we say vivid appearance. Yeah, vivid appearances start to come, and then what we say the vivid appearance coming and going without any trace. Thoughts. Thoughts. The more you stimulate a thought, the more concrete it starts to become. Anger, for example, I always say, anger is built habitually. Yeah, hello? Yeah, anger is built habitually. So the more you train in anger, the stronger the anger gets. The more you train in, what did you say? Thamba. Imposing. So the more you train in imposing, the more you start imposing. Yeah. So in experience, the more you taking the experience in, the more strong the experience tend to arise. And so this is all there. So vivid appear vividly. Then that also vivid appearance also coming, going like that. Nature. And now you're following the natural path, sort of letting, not building a dam. You're just letting the water flow in the way where it wants to flow. Yeah. So same thing with the mind. Yeah, where it wants to flow. And the reason behind this is that appearance is undeniable. Yeah? The concept, what our eye sees, you see its color. Green is there. You cannot deny. If you're pushing yourself and saying this is not green, this is empty of greenness, this is this is not how it works, right? So so that one. Then through that appearance, what is that? Through the undeniable appearance, then inherent existence, then you start to see that the inherent existence in it is not found. because you're not searching. It's not found. It's not found because you're going searching for it. It's not found because you're not even searching for it. Make sense? Yeah. When you don't go searching for something, then you don't find something. If I'm in Root Institute and I go searching for Kabirji, then there's the concept of not finding because I went and looked and I couldn't find. Now the other is, if I don't even look, then there's no finding as well. Right? So I think this is also, like I said, these are different methods in approaching the concept of emptiness. So this is there. So inherent existence unfound. There's no separation between found and unfound because you're not even searching for it. Make sense? Yeah. So that. So this one is internal rest. Yeah, internal rest. This is deep internal rest without without correcting anything. The necessary of correctingness comes through all of the searching and all of the looking and all of the wandering and establishing. This is where the correctness comes, right? So, so it's internal peace and rest without needing or without wanting or without even expressing the need to, without even having intention of the need to correct something. Yeah, so that is there. So within that, then so through that, then you start to understand conventionality as well, because you are devoid of it, because there's a result of not engaging. Yeah, we say in some cases. If two people are fighting, then I get involved, then I also include it in the fight. I remember before when debate, sometimes there's a little bit of a clash. So one of our classmates, big guy, strong, really always walking like this, big guy. Then he went to stop the fight. He's big, so he pushed one guy, push one guy. Then in between or trying to break up the fight, then he get punched. Then later when I see he's holding both of them, fully involved. So something like that, I think, yeah. So when you are not involved in something, then you don't even experience it. Yeah. When you are not involved in conventional reality, you don't experience conventional reality. Cease to exist, empty. Another way to reach emptiness. Yeah, so that is there. Yeah, so I think through the usage of these different practices, this one, I think the different practices are also very specific for different people. Yeah. If you are practicing in the logical side, then I think more to do with the practice of developing emptiness through the understanding of cause and effect. And this one will go the deepest later, tomorrow down, because this is the analytical process of it. Yeah, if you are a very chill person, relaxed person, what do you call it? Hippie mood. Then I think unity, the practice of the unity of the two truths, that is very amazing to apply. Then if you are very, when a lot of anger, a lot of emotional trauma, a lot of jealousy, this is there, then through the I, through the search of the I. Then if you're very attached, very strong lust, very strong need, this one, then the objective side, practice through the objective side. Then emptiness, through discovering emptiness, that emptiness is not subjective, not objective, no nothing. Emptiness is just empty. Emptiness is empty of emptiness. So that one, then this method then applied in all different categories of practice. Make sense? Good? Yeah? Enjoy? Okay. So, like that. Any questions? Yeah? Yeah?
Sorry for so many questions.
Good. The more doubt, the better, I always say.
I'm just trying to grasp. I know I shouldn't grasp, but I'm trying to grasp.
Good. Grasping is also good.
Is it right so to understand that the path of practicing bringing the I in harmony with the ultimate reality is sort of a balance or an imbalance between the aversion and rejection? So you all the time are recalibrating while you're observing the same kind of, I'm coming off balance, and then you calibrate it again, maybe coming off balance, and trying to always go back to that space of as much balance as you can in observing the inner reality of the I.
Yeah. What was the question?
Is that a good way of thinking about
Practice.
when you're doing your practice to, how do you say, to have an intentionality or guidance for your effort?
Yeah. I think there's a different approach, but generally this method is the one that makes most sense to us. Yeah. So most sensible way of practice, because we like to see results, because we like to control, because we necessary in order to attain to control, to do this, to do that. One way of is to this is where the practice of Vinaya exists. Balance, control your thoughts, control your actions, control your speech, control your motivation, control your way, control how you walk, how you talk, how you behave. So this is the Vinaya way of practice. And this is very applicable because it creates the right conditioning and also helps in developing awareness. Yeah, then helps in developing what we call, or what we say, Chizo. What? Chizo? No, not Chizo. The mind police. What is it? Introspection. So developing introspection to this most reasonable way. But the other way then comes to the crazy, what is it? Crazy Dharma. Crazy wisdom way. Crazy wisdom way is again going to the other side and not having anything, letting go of everything. That is the crazy wisdom aspect of developing that same. Different ways to reach the same path, sort of thing. So anyway, I'm just explaining this because generally these different methods are explained within practice. Then I think this, like I said, this is the most suited way, is to be able to know where the middle is, seeing that when you are tilting left, knowing, seeing, then coming back, then when tilting right, knowing, seeing, then coming back. This is, I think, the most applicable way. No? So then also there's no, what do we say, what do you call dangerous situation, emergency, not emergency. Risk, yeah. So there's no risk as well. It's very stable. And then because it's stable on the set of practice, therefore no risk. So this, yeah, definitely. Lamrim. Yeah, Lamrim. I think Lamrim, yeah, you're right. Lamrim, most of the Lamrim's method is focused on this. You know, when tilt a little bit here, come back. Tilt a little bit there, come back. This is Lamrim way of practice. Yeah. Yes.
Can you go a little bit deeper into when you have the remedies, like you just said, when you have anger and aggression, the best way to contemplate emptiness is searching for the I. Can you go a little deeper into that, and also the attached method of searching for the I and going to the objective side? I'm a little confused on those two.
Objective and the I, you said?
You were saying when someone has a lot of anger and aggression, it's good to look, meditate on emptiness by searching for the I.
Yeah. So cause. Yeah. First is realizing that everything has a cause. This one we a little bit hard to realize. Yeah. Even if we realize the cause, then the cause is always external cause. I'm angry because the phone didn't work. I'm angry because I'm seeing this person. I'm angry because the sky not, So we're always looking for external cause. So we project dependency, external dependency. So that is one part of it. Second part of it is the inherentness. Feeling coming because of the inherentness. I is important. Yeah? So whether to protect or whether to, what we say, project the importance, there comes the what we say, inherentness. Yeah. So now first, second, this is the second aspect. Now the third aspect is in regards to relationship and dependent origination. So in regards to that, then identifying is about being able to what we say, pinpoint down. Because our mind always necessary to pinpoint down. Yeah, who is this? This person that looks like this, with this, wearing like this. That is this person. Very specific when it comes to pinpointing down. So now you utilize. This is not a good thing. Yeah, this is not a good thing generally. But because it's there, it's already there naturally. Then we utilize this. Utilize this to pinpoint. Yeah. So anger arising. Yeah. Discomfort sense, or the sense of I. Yeah. With all this anger and jealousy and hatred, the sense of I. You start to see. When you say, I am angry, this I that is feeling the anger. The anger itself is not the I. If the anger was the I, then just like Nagarjuna said, if anger was the I, then the I has to, yeah, what we say, consistent. Yeah, if the anger is if the I is the mental factor, then it has to jump between thoughts. If the anger is the I, then it has to cease exist after the anger is gone. But the I is still there. Yeah? Even after the anger gone, the I is still there. Even after the jealousy gone, I is still there. Even after the aversion, attraction, whatever it may be, is gone, I is still there. So now you completely differentiate using the concept of dependent origin. You differentiate the feeling. So now you put the feeling aside and say, okay, the feeling is arising. This is just feeling, one side of it. But the feeling arising, not on the external point. The arising is internal. Yeah. If anger coming from the phone, then the anger has to be there first. There is no anger there. Right? Yeah. If the anger coming from sky, then before here the anger has to be there. Then come, we say, this is where the concept of come. But it's not there. External anger is not there. External, just like I said, just function, just condition. Yeah? So that's the only existence there. So now you discover that, then you come one step further and you say, okay, if it's not outside, then coming is inside, from inside. Yeah. So when you go searching where it's coming from, then the I am angry, I am this, I am that. Then anger is, we start to see the anger coming from the I. So when there's no point, what do we say? Just like I said, if there's no, if the anger not coming from the sky, then there's no point of anger establishment on the sky. No, So same thing with the I. When you go searching for the I and there's no I, then where is the anger as well? Something like that. The establishment gradual, I think, in regards to that. So discovering the I think mostly when you discover, then you discover that the inherent part of existence, the inherent part of the existence, the grasping part of the existence, that is the connection between the anger and the I. You understand that the I in nature is not anger. The I in nature is just the I, as it is, how it is. This is all. If you want to go deeper, then you can go into what we say, tracking it into the what we say, clear light essence or Dhammakaya within us, a Buddha nature within us. That's the I. That's the mind. That's the I. That's what exists within the true essence. So something very pure. Now the grasping. Now you start to see the grasping part. And then you start to see the grasping part is not there in reality. Experience, there, but the nature of it, the self, empty. So this is why within that praxis, then comes the self is empty but not absent. It is there. Make sense? Okay.
So, let me speak for myself when I say this. A lot of this feels quite deep and profound, and so it's landing in me at a conceptual level, but to embody it is something else. To really feel it, which is of course part of this practice. Are you able to speak at all to your own life, where you first remember feeling an embodied sense of realization of emptiness, and then you were talking earlier about kind of this like balancing of maybe you lose it and you come back to it, and so like what has that relationship been like for you?
And this, the closest I think I experience is peace. I concentrate on joy. I concentrate on peace. That is one thing that I can experience a little bit here and there. When it comes to emptiness, for me, is mostly on the structure of philosophy. It's just understanding, and that understanding, like I said, a lot of the things that I'm explaining to you is mere inherently my own view. This is what we say, conventional. Conventionality is there. Oh, this is how it is. That is how it is. This is how it's done. That is how it's done. But this is basically on the explanation part. So for me, like I said, there's different ways of defining emptiness. And for me, you can let whole concept of the emptiness to me. I think I relate not through these perspectives, but I relate more to letting go of the grasping attitude and the ego, as we say. But realizing, coming to terms with the realization, like I said, within the text, it also says there's no realization there. So I for me, no, nothing like that. Implementation, barely that there. I think ethical means, ethical methods, for me, what do we say, practice of trying to develop. Perfection is very far away, but trying to develop even the understanding of applying the, what do we say, perfections. These ones I focus on a little bit.
Rinpoche wouldn't be able to tell you anyway. It's not spoken of.
So if you want to study in regards to experiences, in regards to what the feelings are, how it is, the 10 bhumis, the 10 different stages of experience in regards to realizing the subtle, what we say, gross level of inherently being able to inherently negate, and subtle level of inherently able to negate using the view of emptiness when it comes to what do we say, obscuration of the wisdom. Now that one you can study deeper, of course, within the Salam Ginamsha. What is it? Path and ground. Yeah, within the teachings of the path and ground. Within Madhyamaka also explained. But then experiential is, yeah, for me, at the moment, emptiness is more a theory. More like, this, my experiential view is more like a theory. It makes sense, but application is very hard. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that leads to a follow-up question then, so as all of us are sitting there, like myself who thinks, I hear all this and it's confusing in some ways just because it's to understand it at some level is one thing, but then again, to question, I guess my question is what, as we go out of this course and as we continue, what would you say is most important for us, whether we, are devout Buddhist practitioners or not, in terms of taking away from these concepts that we could apply in our daily lives?
Yeah, this one, I think I told you on the first day. It's about widening the circle. Huh? Everything is within the widening of the circle, I think. This is what I think now. This again, conventional view. Now we have to be very careful how we use the words. So anyway, from my conceptual view, with the I that does not exist, I'm just kidding. But anyway, I think definitely I'll talk more about all this, what we can take away from all, what I think we can take away from all of this after on the last day of the course. Because we finish the course, then we start to see, okay, what I can take away from that, in regards to essence, in regards to practice, in regards to all of that, that will be there. But on the general terms, I think whether you are a devout practitioner, whether you are not a devout practitioner, whether you are Christian, whether you're Muslim, whether you're Hindu, whether you are animal, whether you're humans, at the end of the day, we're all in search of freedom. At the end of the day, we're in search of happiness. At the end of the day, we are in search of joy. Then we know that this joy and freedom and what we say, liberation, from the Buddhist perspective, then liberation. We search of liberation. Like I said, we are refugees. Yeah, we talked about that. We are refugees. Yeah, refugees of samsara. Samsara is not a kind place. Neither is it a nice place. Neither is it so on, so on. There's many, of course. But then emptiness is balancing, realizing that, oh yeah, there are also so many benefits in samsara. So anyway, this is one thing. But the main thing, what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, this in nature of animal, human, God, demigod, whatever it may be, religion, different religion. Yeah, maybe you are a terrorist, maybe you are not a terrorist, whatever background you come from. At the end of the day, joy, happiness, peace, compassion, love. This is what we desire. So even if, like I said, even if the search of trying to find a method to attain this, then these are all, like I said, emptiness is known as the wisdom. So how do I utilize this view? And that is very clearly explained. Yeah, how does just think, how does discovering that the I is conventional help you in bringing peace, joy, happiness? That's a good question you can ask yourself. Yeah? How does discovering emptiness in object, intrinsic nature in object help me? Because that's the question we have. How do I achieve happiness? How do I achieve peace? How do I achieve liberation? And Buddha said, yeah, this is the answer. Emptiness answer, compassion answer, renunciation answer. So now the answer is given, now you need to connect the dots, as we say. So I think from my perspective, I think at the minimum where I am at, the minimum in regards to practice, I always focus on widening the circle. Yeah? Whether it be widening your compassion, whether it's widening your love, whether it's widening your patience, like I said, widening the aspect of the paramitas, perfections. And that, for me, I say yes, there's maybe not complete joy, but there's definitely peace. There's definitely joy there. And through that, then even practice becomes, like I said, joy. And to achieve Rinpoche, Lama Kyabje Lama Thobo Tude Zoba Rinpoche's status of joy when it comes to practice, this one I can't even, what is it? Phantom? Huh? Fathom, yeah. So I fathom, yes. That one I can't even fathom. But then there is definitely something there. Yeah. But then definitely I think after we finish this whole course, then one day we have to discuss on, okay, what are we going to take away from this? That is important, yeah. Okay.
Thank you. I guess the purpose of this question is to, widen the circle to be cohesive with people with other beliefs, other religions. I guess if you're looking at emptiness, like in translatable terms with its differences, other religions, does that mean like emptiness is the role of God in Buddhism? Like the whole creation, maintenance, understanding, letting it go sounds very similar to Shiva.
Yes.
And I guess to accompany that, would you recommend to add other things to that to meet people where they are?
Yeah, so from the creation perspective, then everything is created. Yeah, if you go to the Christian perspective, then Almighty Chizo, what do you call Chizo in English?
Jesus?
No, not Jesus. Chizo. Chizo is like
Creator.
Yeah, creator principle. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, so creator principle. So religions who follow the principle of creator, principle concept of creator, then everything created. The mind is created, the body is created, the soul is created, everything is created. So independent nature exists there. Yeah, Chizo independent. Yeah, creates, but he's itself independent. Yeah? So the logic is there. They utilize this logic. This is where the concept of Chizo comes. So I think this is something quite interesting. If you're from different religion background, then maybe there's also good discussion or good, what do we say? Dialogues that can happen here. I think one of the main goals of His Holiness when he say inter-religion, what do you call it? Interfaith dialogues. I think these are the things that really talking in contradicting definitely. Yeah, view of emptiness contradicts the whole concept of Chizo, principle creation. Yeah, so this one contradicting is there. But then if you apply the view of emptiness only on not on the principal aspect, but only on objective side and subjective side, then maybe there can be some kind of mutual agreement there. I think maybe some kind of mutual agreement can happen there, because the concept of wanting or what God wants you to do. Yeah, you have the 10 commandments. You follow the 10 commandments as the wish of God, or what God created you to do. Then Him having compassion to give you free will. I don't know if all religion follow this, but Christianly I think follow this. Yeah, compassionate enough to give you free will. but then also subjective to all of that. So that is there. Yeah. The only part that does not make sense is because when it comes to creation, like I said, even the application of view of emptiness, Chizo, the principle creation, because that one is independent. They're independent. So now, because independent, then you cannot develop relationship between creation and creator. Make sense? Yeah? Cause and condition, dependent origination is what creates relationship. If you are independent, we say, now I don't have relationship with my mother. I'm independent. Does it make sense? You have fight with your mother, then you escape from your house, you run away, then you say, now I'm independent. I have no relationship with my mother. You divorce with your husband and wife, you say, I'm independent. I have no relationship. So because dependent origination is what creates relationship. So now Christian or whatever, not just Christian or whatever the concept in regards to Chizo, if the principle creation concept is there, then you need to prove how the relationship is created there between the subject, object, and the Chizo. And that one, this one they say, this one they say because it's independent, so then not dependent on cause. That one they have answered. I don't think that that one is. I don't think that is the issue. The main issue is seeing if how the connection between the Chizo and the object of creation. There is the relationship without dependence. Independent, what we call independent relationship. That one a little bit hard to prove. So anyway, this is I think good question to ask maybe Chizo believer or Chizo faith base. Then you ask this question, maybe you get good answer. Yes.
Not on the creation thoughts, but in Buddha Dharma, there's God realms and demigod realms.
Yes.
But I haven't heard much about their purpose or powers or scope of their activities other than that they don't escape samsara and don't pray to asuras and this, that, and the other. But it doesn't talk about like what their function is or their activities or benefits.
Yes.
Like it just talks about like precious human life is better,
Yes.
but it doesn't really go into the scope of their activities, powers, cities, or influence on human realms. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm curious about that.
So I think this is if we look at the world right now, then we see poor people, rich people, intermediate people, in the middle. Then you can't what rich people what they are doing, what poor people what is the reason poor people are there. This is very clear. What do we say? Focus very. What do we say? Specifically in the concept of conditioning, karma. Right? So you create the conditions to what we say to wealth. What is it? To accumulate wealth. Then you become wealthy. You create the conditions to what do you say? Lose wealth. Then go to what do we say? Born in a poor family, or you even if you're born in a rich family, doesn't mean you never be poor. There are some very very rich people who end up becoming beggars. So this is, I think, conditioning, rather than saying, oh, what is the purpose here? What is the purpose there? What is the purpose here? So I wouldn't say there are specific purposes that these existence are there. It's just samsara, and based on the different conditioning, then this existence happen based on the conditioning. Now talking about power and utilization. So if you create the conditioning to be very influential, we say influential. Influencers, they have millions and millions of followers. TikTok. Yeah, TikTok, then the million fans, a million and million of followers, then they create conditions to be influencers. Now, how they influence? Some influence very bad way. Yeah, they utilize it. So utilization is also in one's own hand. Within the God realm, then there's many kinds of utilizations. Some of the gods they're utilizing just usage. This is why we say when you are enjoying and you're relaxed, then you forget to worry about the world. You are not concerned of the world anymore. Yeah, this happens when you're on a holiday. Yeah, you work all year, then you go 1 month holiday, beautiful restaurant, 5-star, good food, jacuzzi, sauna, massage, that, this, movie theater. Yeah, then you're indulging in that. 1 month, you don't care about the world, you don't care about everything. Just so the God realm, little bit like that, I think, in some sense. Yeah, indulgement. Indulgement is a very, very good example. I think this one you can see throughout all kinds of different religions. You can see, for example, in the Muslim. This one I'm not sure, but this is something I heard. In the Muslim concept, I think after you get liberated, then indulgement, very strong. You get what do you say, wives, many wives. Many wives, many husbands. I don't know. Husbands there? I don't know. Yeah. So no, this is for us. Yeah, if you look from Buddhist perspective like that, but from their perspective, it's indulgement. No, indulgement in what you have achieved, and this is achieved sort of thing. So indulgement is very strong in the God realms.
What about their influence on humanity?
Influence on humanity.
According to Buddha Dharma, they exist.
Yes.
They have
So
their own realms.
yes,
But do they curse humans? Do they bless humans? Do they?
Influence in the human realm in many different ways, I think. Within the God realm, one of the main things they have to work with pride. Pride is very strong up there because so much capability in what we say karmic capability to consumption.
And jealousy.
Yeah, and that also bring some form of jealousy also. Yeah, so that is very strong up there. So now, if someone do something good to them, then there's a reward in many cases. Yeah, then someone doesn't worship them, doesn't believe them, doesn't do this as their command, as they wish, then there's harm. So that is there. Not all, but in many cases that is there. Yeah. Then I think in regards to the life of the gods, if you if you read Mahabharata. Mahabharata is what you call the tale story of the gods. Yeah, tale story of the gods. I think you can call if you read Mahabharata, then you start to see within the god realm there's a lot of jealousy. There's a lot of war happening. There's pulling in. This one is there. Of course, every story teaches us a lesson, and then in some cases they say this, all of these, in some religion they do say all of this performance of the gods are like what we say, manifestations. They do go to that principle as well. That is also something they hold on to when it goes to understanding, proving that emotions and so on. So whatever they are doing when it's in regards to jealousy, in regards to anger, these stories have something to learn in them. So it's like, okay, the gods are showing you these ways in order to teach you or something like that. They do utilize that logic as well. But at the end of the day, you look then quite, what do we say, quite a lot of conflict. Make sense? Okay, I think we stop here. Yeah, everyone good? Yeah, we stop here. Now dinner time. We're going good, yeah, so far. I think we are catching up quite well. And yeah, like I said, try to, not try to, but enjoy. Yeah, enjoy. So yeah, Changcho Semcho Rinpoche, ma ye konam ye yue yawa nyamba, kone kondo bewa we shu, tonye tao Rinpoche, ma ye konam ye yue yawa nyamba mewa, kone kondo bewa we shu, tinge se rege me se tsule namba dada, osame be tsu rege tsure barwa chendu shu. Okay, thank you.